Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the castle here at CCBC Essex. It is a battle of the CCBCs on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. The Cardinals of CCBC Catonsville coming into town looking to play spoiler on what is going to be a busy, or I should say, what is the start of a busy week for this Knights baseball team. One here today, two on Thursday. By the way, I'm Aaron Thomas in the broadcast booth, bringing you all the action once again as we get closer and closer to the end of the regular season. A Knights team that is in the process of turning their season around. Looking to take another step forward here. Knights currently 6-7 in the conference, 12-17 overall. They lost their last one, but looking to put that behind them here today against the Cardinals. On the other side, the Cardinals 19-14 coming into this one, 11-2 in the conference, but they've lost their last 5 games. Something's got to give. The Cardinals get off their losing streak and find their winning ways once again, or do the Knights continue to take baby steps forward in turning their season around? Only time will tell. Game just moments away from starting. It is Kelly, Skankovich, and Snyder, the 1-2-3 to lead off for the Cardinals, and they are going up against Zachary Robinson, the starter for the Knights. Robinson getting his 8th start of the year, I believe. Yes, indeed. 7 starts for Robinson coming into this one. 2 wins, 28 innings pitched. He's only given up 11 runs as you hear the cheers from the dugout. Strike 1 on the board picked up for Robinson. 11 runs surrendered on the season for him. 31 Ks, good for a 9.9 K per 9. Cardinals looking to get someone on to start, of course. If they're going to do that, they're going to have to get out of this hole. So the hole just became even as it now goes to 2-2. Big swing right to the shortstop. Carroll catches it on the hop. Makes the throw on the hop as well after the spin-a-rooney. Quick on the glove, quick out for the shortstop, Carroll. And that is 1 up, 1 down. Hard hit ball right at the shortstop. Couple of players on this Cardinals team putting up some impressive stats heading into this game. Number 4 hitter Nick Sturgio really leading the way with a .484 average. 46 hits for him on the year. Somebody will have to get on for the Cardinals for him to have a chance to see some action in the first. Right now, currently up, Sankovic, our first left-handed hitter, going down on a big cut. Could not stay away from the high cheese there. Tyler Sankovic came into this one with a .360 average. One of those handful of players that the Cardinals have having successful offensive seasons. Big reason why they got those 19 wins, but what is the reason for those 5 straight losses coming into this one for them? Dog days of early spring, maybe. College baseball season, a long one. Everyone runs into their roadblocks. Knights, they ran into theirs early, looking to find their stride of late, as that one is hit foul. Potential 1-2-3 here for Robinson to start the first. Two teams potentially going in opposite directions as we finish up March and get into the middle of April. It's almost already here. Season feels like it just started, but blink and you missed it. The summer's here and the action is behind us. These two teams trying to make the most of the games they've got left on their schedule. Robinson sees that one put in play. Ota off his chest, and runner was hustling. Infield hit. Ota had it play up his arm just a little bit there. Regardless, even if he played that one perfectly. And runner Snyder was hustling down the line. Would have been a close play. So we do see the man swinging the big stick, Sturgio, hitting over 400 into about the middle of April now. And there goes the runner at first. And the throw is high. What an athletic play there from the second baseman to keep it in the infield. Maxwell Urena make sure that that runner can only take second. Battle resumes with the man at the plate. 2 strikes on, 1 pitch away. And there it is. 2 strikeouts in the inning, but a single and a stolen base sandwiched in between brings these fans to the edge of their seat. Will there be some more action in the bottom of the first? It's the Knights' turn. Cecil Barone, the starter for the Cardinals here today. Barone making his 8th start of the year, looking for his 5th win. He's gotten through 33 and 2/3 of work so far this season. He's given up 30 hits and surrendered only 15 runs. He's also accumulated 41 bats, 41 strikeouts so far on the season for Barone. And first pitch swinging here for the Knights leadoff man, Maxwell Urena. It is Urena, Ota, and Amparo. And Urena quickly in the 0-2 hole, but quickly he's seen two balls that he's gotten a piece of. Two sides of the coin. He thinks he's one away, so does the pitcher. Who gets it, though? The pitcher gets it. Fly out for out number one. Maxwell got another ball that he got a piece of, straightened it out, put it in play. Hung up in the air a little bit too long. Fly out to right field for out number one. Here comes the Knights' third baseman for his chance. Ota with a 227 average coming into this one. Only 10 hits on the season, but if you've been with us all season long, he is a man who swings the stick with a lot of confidence. Does not strike out a lot. He's really good at making contact. As we see right here, he puts one right back up the middle. And we are in the middle of April, and you're hitting below 230, but you're still in the number 2 spot in the lineup. That has got to tell you something about the way the manager feels this guy can swing the stick. And he's making the manager look good there, coming up with a big hit right up the middle. Knights trying to create some action now with Amparo, who his average situation much different. He's leading the way in average for this Knights team. I'll tell you what that is in just 1 second as we see the pitch. High in the strike zone, but got a piece. Amparo hitting 348, slugging 409. Seeing the ball well. And Ota caught in the middle, but enough time to get there. And he caught the pitcher in the middle, it says. It seems, I should say. Ota wanted to go, got caught there in the middle, but the pitcher didn't correctly step off. So the balk, and just like that, there is a runner in scoring position with only one out. What a pitch, though. And talk about coming back and focusing on the battle. The battle is always with the man at the plate. 2 strikes on. Got him to buckle, but it fell off the plate a little early. And he is moving the ball. Does he come back with some of the hard stuff on this one? He does. Gets him swinging. Out number 2 is K number 1. Still some movement on there, so probably went for his slider there. Two strikes on him. Throws it at his back foot. Good piece of pitching right there. And oh my, yeah, I think that was the hard stuff. You hear the pop on the mitt. The difference from the last pitch to that one, noticeable. Result, the same. Cardinals looking to pitch out of the jam. Just missed that time. Here's Brewer. And Smith will be right behind him. Still a very challenging section of the Knights lineup. Brewer hitting over 300 this season as he sees strike two go across. And Smith, if Brewer's able to get on, is the leading man in terms of home runs for the Knights this season. Out of the jam, but still work to be done. But whoa, my, what a pitch to close it out. Both starters surrender the first hit of the game, but also get 2 strikeouts and the 0. Strong start to this one here as we are through 1. Battle of CCBCs off to a good start. Neither pitcher could get the 1, 2, 3 to start the first, but both pitchers got the zeros they needed and wanted. And also a couple of strikeouts as well. The beginnings of a nice potential pitching duel. As it is now 5, 6, 7 to start inning number 2 for the Cardinals. Gradulus, Faulkner, and Valdez. And there is one sent for a ride into center field. A couple of steps to the left, maybe 1 or 2 back. The result is an out. Best one hit we've seen, though, as only Urena for the Knights was able to put one out into the outfield in the first. Cardinals' one hit in the first inning came on an infield single hit hard to the third baseman. You had 2 pitchers challenging these hitters early. The only way you can pick out 2 early strikeouts like that is you challenge early. Even if you get 1 or 2 calls or swings and misses going your way, you got to challenge early. As we see another strikeout here, number 3 for Robinson. Flip side to that coin, if the pitcher is going to challenge early, you know he's coming into the strike zone. So one of these hitters get a barrel on it, change the mentality or approach of these pitchers a little bit. One and one count after misses low and outside there. It's a quick 1 and 2. And now it's 1-2 on the man at the plate as well. 1-2 I was referencing before was those first 2 quick outs. And make it 3, as it is 4 strikeouts through 2 innings of work for Robinson. And the Knights will try and take that momentum into the batter's box. So as we come back to the action on the field, quick correction for all of you at home that what we thought was a single for the Cardinals in the first actually ruled an error. So the starter for the Knights, Zachary Robinson, yet to surrender a hit here today. And he's got 4 strikeouts through 2 innings. Really strong start for the Knights starter, and a strong start for the Bats here in inning number 2 as Robbie Smith starts us off with a double. Back-to-back innings with the Knights getting a player in scoring position. This time they'll try and bring them all the way around with those extra outs to play with. Last time the Knights got the hit with 1 out. No outs this time. Lead-off double for Smith. It's 5, 6, 7 also here for the Knights as we have the other Urena brother. Federico Urena slugging .448 on the season. .310 is his average. And what a moment for some slug here. No outs, runner in scoring position, and you see him swinging that bat flat through the strike zone. Just missed out on that one. Big cut. Big moment here for both sides. Missed outside and low there. Ball fell off the plate early. Battles always with the man at the plate, but he does have to be aware of Smith's speed at second. And Urena, another big cut. Same as the first. Just misses that. What a time for strikeout number 3 here, potentially. Barone. If he's going to get it, it certainly won't be on that one as Urena gets a piece of that one. Is he getting closer? got him looking that time, and wow, what a battle. Saw the shoulder move from Urena there. He thought it was inside. Umpire thought otherwise. And a huge strikeout for out number one. Cardinals would certainly like another one. Outs with the ball not being put in play with that runner at scoring position. Certainly the best friend of the Cardinals players, coaches, and fans. An early big spot, an early test. And he makes a clear move towards second that time. Remember, Ota was awarded second base after his single in the first because of the balk. And this time throws back. Gets close, but not close enough. But that speed of Smith definitely clearly in the mind of Barone right now, and it should. As now with one out, Smith will look to swipe third. Instead, that one is sent for a ride into the gap, and great effort, but it touches the earth. One scores. Throw to third is off the runner, and there comes the backup man to keep him at third. What a tremendous effort from the center fielder for the Cardinals. Long dives out just under his glove. And it touches the earth right here in front of us. And a huge RBI triple with one out. And now the infield comes in on the grass. Try and mow down the runner at the plate if it comes to it. Zayas, an RBI triple breaking this game open. And we were expecting Robbie Smith to try and take third and maybe have the Knights go for the sacrifice. Instead, Zayas just rips one into the gap in left center. Effort gets you mighty far in life, but the effort for the Cardinals did not make the play that time. Instead, the Knights rewarded for their effort. Game's first run. Cardinals trying to make sure it's the only run of this inning. Good pitch there. And never a bad time for a triple, but a triple, score the game's first run, and immediately put yourself in scoring position. Keep that sacrifice alive, and there it goes out the door as a line drive right back to the shortstop for out number two. Shortstop on shortstop crime there as Carroll hit that one hard, but right at his shortstop counterpart. Kelly snags it and looked back the runner, and that one will score the runner. 2-out hit. Robinson helping himself out. Forgot to tell you at home, Robinson, the starter, pulling the Ohtani impression today as well, as he helps himself out with the RBI single, and he tosses the baton down to the leadoff man, Maxwell Urena. 2 runs will score for the Knights here. Zayas and Smith both come around to score. The Knights rewarded for their extra base hits. Both Smith and Zayas hit it hard. And they saw the other side of the rainbow for it. Came around to score. First 2 runs of the game for the Knights. Is that a sign of things to come, or will the Cardinals find a way to answer back. Shut the floodgates. Got him swinging that time. And there will be a throw to first. And it's very close, but they got him. What an effort, as the catcher didn't know where it was for a moment. Speedy runner going down the first baseline, trying to steal it. Cardinals say you'll have to settle for just 2. So both pitchers have 4 strikeouts through 2 innings, but those 2 runs surrendered by Barone, the difference. And right now, it doesn't look like a big difference, but if Robinson continues to deal the way he is, that certainly could change in a heartbeat. More game in front of us when we come back. So the game started in the first, and then it really started in the second. As the bottom of the second, the Knights strike for the first 2 runs of the game. The Cardinals here in the third trying to answer. As it is 8-9, and then the top of the order. Santos, Long, and then Kelly. But this Cardinals team looking for their first hit of the day. Robinson not only dealing on the mound, but helping himself out in the batter's box as well, as he picked up the RBI single. Santos hitting from the number 8 spot in the lineup. In the left-handed batter's box, trying to start an early battle with the man who's been dealing through the first 2 innings. Zachary Robinson making him wait. Holding on to the ball. Misses high and outside that time. And a walk to start the third. Not what Robinson was looking for, I'm sure. He's done a really good job of limiting his walks. That's only the 6th walk he has issued this year. Walk with no outs. Santos will toss the baton down to the number 9 hitter, Long, who will look for something he can put in the air. Really wants to avoid hitting the ball on the ground and entering that double play into everyone's minds. Well, it's already in everybody's mind. Does Santos try to avoid it? Try and swipe second. Cardinals already have one steal here today. And now the man at the plate long has 2 strikes on him. Robinson looking to put that walk right behind him. Quickly answer back. And that one hit hard down the line and fair. Santos taking third. And they're at the corners with no outs. And the Cardinals potentially quickly answering those 2 runs with some runs of their own. They are flirting with their first run of the game. No outs. Runner at third. And for good measure, by their standards, the tying run at first base. Top of the lineup now here is Kelly. Had a ground out to start things. Hard hit ball back to his shortstop counterpart, Carroll. Both shortstops have gotten each other out here today on some nice glove work. And oh, what a pitch. An early 0-2 hole. And a strikeout would be potentially huge here for Robinson. And he won't get it there. Flair back to first. They double him off. Blink and you missed it. Now there are 2 outs. Carroll catches the little flare in the infield grass and quickly realizes that they've got the man at first in the pickle. Quick, accurate throw. Quick out. The way that came off the bat, initially I thought maybe it bounced off the plate. Then you see the out at first. My, oh my, wow, the Cardinals. Wow, they have to settle for nothing as that one is caught. Oh, no, it's not. It got through. I'll get my eyes checked after the game. Oh, my, what a 2-out hit there, as I thought for sure he got that one on the catch, but nope. Squirted through the glove of the first baseman, and 1 run comes around to score. And wow, how big was that double play just moments ago? No doubt about that one. And that double play just got that much bigger, as what would have been a go-ahead run for the Cardinals ends up just being still the game-tying run. But 2 outs and 2 big hits for the Cardinals. They are seeing the ball well here in the 3rd inning. So back-to-back RBIs for this Cardinals team tie this game up. RBI single from Skankovich and RBI double from Snyder. And here's Sturgio, the man hitting over 400 coming into today's game. Hitting with a runner in scoring position. Still 2 outs. So Robinson's back's up against the wall, but he can get out of it with just 1 good pitch. And we have had 2 blink and you missed it moments. That double play started from Carroll. And then the back-to-back hits from the Cardinals with 2 outs. Both of them hit hard. One of them the Knights had a real good chance at. Second one, no doubt, ripped into the gap in right center. And we have a brand new ball game. Big secondary lead. And the pitch just a little outside. 2 outs, and the Cardinals swinging a nice stick. I can't imagine they'll look to run in to outs on the bases. Of course, they'll look to get a head start if they can put it in play. And he puts it in play, but up the elevator shaft for out number 3. And a sigh of relief for the Knights defense. Some damage for the Cardinals. But this game's still up for grabs for both teams, as it's only just tied once again. And wow, what a start to this inning here for the Knights. One pitch, and somebody's already on. Here's Ota, who was 1 for 1, and he will stay 1 for 1. As he's hit by the pitch that time. Amparo, Brewer, and Smith up after them. Amparo and Brewer both strikeout victims, looking for their first hit in a game that has a much different feel to it now after the Cardinals start the third with their first 2 runs of the game. They answer the Knights' 2 runs in the bottom of the second with 2 runs of their own in the top of the third. And are the offenses getting started, or is that just a slight hiccup for these 2 pitchers who had looked really good up until, oh, ho, ho, very close. Everyone up out of their seats after that one. Ota, I'm sure, will stay a little closer to first. As I was saying before that play, both pitchers, before surrendering those 2 runs, had looked really good in the innings previous. And there is out number 1 in the third, as Brewer will come up after Amparo sends one deep into the outfield, but just not deep enough. Brewer will look for something he can drive. And what a pitch there. Good pop on the mitt, but also some solid movement there. Brewer looking for something he can drive because he wants to avoid that double play ball. And Ota, whoo, Nelly, that one was even closer than the last. Getting under the tag that time, but a quick move from the man on the hill. Certainly in the mind of the man at first. And there he goes. Hit and run is on, and it's successful. Ota looking to take third. The throw is cut off, and there's runners at the corner on a nice piece of hitting from Brewer. You gotta get your bat on it when the hit and run's there. You don't want to leave your man hanging out to dry. Great piece of offense from the Knights that time. Flip side to that coin for the Cardinals is that double play, that inning-ending double play, still very much alive, though. They'll have to turn it quickly with that speedy runner swinging the stick right now. Robbie Smith double and came around to score his last time in the batter's box. The sacrifice alive for him with just one out and that runner at third. So he's got a couple of different reasons to look for something to drive. Though, of course, if you've got the bat in your hand, you always want to hit it hard, right? I wouldn't know. I was a pitcher. And whoa, what an athletic play from the second baseman, but just an inch out and far. Whew, just an inch too far. And once again, they're at the corners, but once again, the Knights out in front. RBI single for Robbie Smith as he is having himself a productive day in the batter's box. Comes Federico Urena. Now it's his turn to avoid the double play. This is back-to-back innings with damage, and Smith is taking third on the bouncer. They are at the corners for the third time this inning as Federico got a piece of it and just ran until he didn't have to run anymore. Sometimes it's better to be lucky, and the Knights got a little piece of luck that time. Both teams have now had someone reach on an error, though the one time for the Knights much more costly as it's an error that brings in a run. That's a tough play, bouncing high like that off the infield grass, but still one where you're expecting to at least get one out. And there's Federico Urena putting himself in scoring position on the stolen base. No outs. Runners at second and third. Down the left field line. Off the fence, but not the fence he was looking to touch. Zayas, an RBI triple, and he came around to score the game's second run. He is swinging his bat in a potential spot to really break this game open. It's back-to-back innings with 2 runs scored for the Knights, and it'll be at least one more. As for the 4th time in this inning, they're at the corners for the Knights. Zayas, his second RBI today. This one, an RBI single. And he's got the corners worked out for his quest for the cycle. Knights seeing the ball well. Looking to bunt themselves aboard this time. And the Cardinals will settle for one out. And Carroll will get the RBI as he sacrifices himself for the cause. Three runs have scored in this inning for the Knights. It is now 5-2 And they said, I see your 2 runs and I answer you 3 more. Can the Cardinals find some more runs in their back pocket? That's a question for moments down the road. Right now, we got to find out if they can stop the bleeding. Caught in the middle. Here comes the rundown. And he's out. Carroll is out number 3 in this inning as he is, or excuse me, Zayas is out number 3 in this inning as he is caught stealing. Robinson will lead off the 4th for the Knights when it's their turn again, but in between that, it's the Cardinals' turn, and it's their turn to play catch-up. Once again, a familiar spot for them. They were swinging the bat well last time, and they'll need to do it again if they want to get back to even. Cardinals strike, or excuse me, the Knights strike for 3. Now they're looking for zeros. Gradulus, Faulkner, and Valdez are the 1, 2, 3 to start the 4th for the Cardinals. That's 5, 6, 7. It is the second time that this trio has started a lineup. The last time was in the 2nd, and it was a 1, 2, 3 for Robinson. He would certainly like a 0 once again, as it would come in a big spot. Really cement the Knights standing. Continue to build some momentum for them in this battle of the CCBCs. That ball sent for a ride into foul territory down the left field line. This game continues to take twists and turns. The Knights got out to that early 2-0 lead. Cardinals came right back and answered with 2 runs of their own. And you were thinking that maybe this game was going to continue to go back and forth, or maybe these pitchers were going to find their rhythm again. Instead, the Knights quickly put 3 on the board, and now they are rolling. And the Cardinals are looking to answer, as the throwing error will put a runner on second base with no outs. That ball, a little chopper off the plate, but Brewer threw it over the first baseman's head. Gradulus reaches on the error, the second error committed by this Knights team. Last time it was not costly, though this time already in scoring position. Faulkner and Valdez. Santos waiting patiently behind them, if someone else can get on for the Cardinals. And man, what a pitch. Beautiful movement, but couldn't get into the strike zone. Again, a nice looking pitch out of his hand. but couldn't get it into the strike zone. It's a 2-0 hole for the man on the hill. And a big spot for the man in the batter's box. Knows he wants to come to the plate with strikes. He's looking to take advantage of that. A big hack on that one. Sends it foul. The advantage still in his favor, 2-1. And what a battle back. Great piece of pitching as he catches the outside corner to bring it to 2-2. Strikeout could be huge. And it is. Strikeout number 5. A big one there for the Knights. Little bit of air taken out of the momentum for the Cardinals. Still that runner at second base. It is a new battle now underway. Valdez is hitting with a runner in scoring position. And Robinson, understanding the moment, steps off, composes himself, and comes to the plate with a pretty one. Frustration clear from the man in the batter's box. Robinson pitching with some confidence right now, looking for back-to-back strikeouts. Hard hit down the line, just foul. Valdez has earned the right to see one more. What does he do with it? What does Robinson offer him? I'm guessing he comes with something on the outside. If he catches the strike zone, great. If not, he's still in the advantage. It is outside, but down the line, Ota gathers himself, and there's a no-throw. Man, that was hugging the line close. It does not get much closer than that. What a battle. The man swinging the stick wins it, though. So that strikeout sandwiched between two base runners right now. One out. Runners at first and second. Tying run at the plate. And Santos, the number 8 hitter, who drew a walk his first time up and eventually came around to score the first run of the game for the Cardinals. 1. And Carroll with the throwing error. And the Knights will have to settle for just one. Will the Cardinals have to settle for just one as they come around to score one in this inning? And now there is a runner in scoring position once again as Santos gets the RBI on the error. I don't even know if that would be scored as an RBI or not, because really it would have been an inning-ending double play. But hey, that's a decision for someone else to make. What I know for sure is the number 9 hitter, the center fielder Long for the Cardinals, is up trying to create some 2-out magic. So Gradulas, who got on board with the error to start the inning, he does eventually come around to score, and the Cardinals do a little bit of work here in the 4th. And they're hoping to do a little bit more with that runner in scoring position at second base. Robinson trying to pitch himself out of the jam. Long had a single his first time up, and he was gunned down in that double play that was turned by Carroll. And it's another single for Long, and this one could score a run, and it will, as it's off the glove of Urena in center field. 2 runs in this inning for the Cardinals, and the offenses have certainly come alive here in this one. You could clearly see what Federico Urena was thinking there, trying to gun down the runner at the plate, trying to come up with the ball and make a good, clean throw. Cardinals strike for another, and they may strike for a third here as that one touches. Smith quickly gets it in, and there'll be no throw at the plate. My, oh my, these two offenses mirroring each other. Knights score 2. Cardinals come right back and score 2 of their own. Knights score 3. Cardinals come right back and score 3 of their own. This game is going to be a good one. Going to be a good one. It already is. Meeting of the minds at the plate. Or excuse me, at the hill. It is Sankovic due up for the Cardinals, as that last hit for them came from their leadoff man, Kelly. It was an RBI double. It was his first hit of the game. Sankovic looking for his second. And if he can find it, it would be his second RBI as well, as he had an RBI single his last time in the batter's box. These two teams, man, oh man, they are putting on a clinic right now. Hitting with 2 outs, situational hitting, making the most of the errors committed. We've seen some throwing errors from the Knights. We also saw some errors committed by the Cardinals as well that created some extra opportunities for offense for the Knights. So both of these two teams giving them what the defense, taking what the defense is giving them, excuse me. And that's all you can do. That's what coaches will tell you, at least most of the time. Sometimes you got to create the offense, and sometimes you just got to let the offense create itself. Put the ball in play and just run it out. How many times does a hitting coach say that to ball players throughout the season? Put it in play, good things happen. And these two teams living that right now with these 5 runs scored on both sides. 10 runs total already in this game. How many will we have when this game's finally over? Man, oh man, what a start to this one. And it will continue. The Cardinals will have their first lead of the day. It is now 3 hits in a row for this Cardinals team, all of them resulting in RBIs. That was a quick trip around the bases for Kelly. He got on with the RBI double, and then the next guy drove him in. 4 runs scored in this inning for the Cardinals, and there is warm-up action in the bullpen for the Knights. They have 2 separate players warming up. No warm-up action at any time for the Cardinals. So we know for sure Barone is going to have the hill when they come back out for the bottom of the 4th. But how long is the leash for him? But of course, that's a question for a little further down the road. First, the Knights need to get out of this inning, limit the damage. There goes the runner at first. Throw down to second is in time, but not on target. A runner in scoring position now as Sankovic gets a stolen base. He's having himself a successful offensive day. 2 singles, 2 RBIs, a stolen base, a run scored. That'll draw the eyes of some of the scouts for sure. That'll draw everyone's attention. The Knights needed the wind to be blowing a different direction that time. Hang it up there. Needed a little bit of luck to go their way in this inning, and it may still go their way this way. Little tongue twister for me. The luck still may go their way this inning, but it's probably going to come with the sticks in their hand, if it does come at all. Is this big inning for the Cardinals the momentum swing they needed to get the game in their favor and stay in their favor? This is the first time they've had the lead here today. Will they be the team to hold on to the lead? Big swing and a big out as Snyder goes down on strikes for out number 3. Strikeout number 6 for the Knights. I'm sure they wanted it a little earlier, as those 4 runs make it feel almost like a mercy killing in that inning. But still a lot of time left in this one. Can the Knights find some more magic in their bats? Stick around with us and find out. Up and just out of the reach of the first baseman, as Robinson is in the batter's box. It's a 1-run game now, 6-5 Cardinals. They are in the driver's seat for the first time here today. And Robinson right back up the middle, and it is another single for him. His first single came back in the 2nd inning, and it scored a run. It was an RBI single for him, and this time it's a leadoff single. And he will hand the baton down to the next man, who is the leadoff man for this Knights team, Maxwell Urena, who is currently 0 for 2 here today. And he's bunting to move the runner over into scoring position, and it's a really good piece of hitting there from the leadoff man. A tremendous sacrifice bunt, no chance whatsoever to run down the man at second. Only play was at first. Productive out for the Knights as the tying run now moves into scoring position. Here's the third baseman for the Knights, Ota. Currently 1 for 1 with a single and a hit by pitch. It's exactly the kind of guy you want at the plate in a moment like this. Early opportunity to quickly get this game back to even. You want a man that you can feel comfortable is going to put the ball in play and avoid striking out. Ota came into this game hitting under 230, but still in that number 2 spot in the lineup. Tremendous hand-eye coordination with the bat in his hand. Really good. Getting the barrel on the ball. It just hasn't fallen his way enough times here this season. But he could be turning it around right here in front of us. And that one's off his bat. He couldn't get the bat down. And it will be a productive out as it will move the runner over to third. And that's got to be frustrating if you're Ota. That one was behind him. Oh, man, the breaks of the game, the Cardinals. Well, it went their way that time. Oh, my. Shacked in a full moment, really. As that ball was clearly behind the head of Ota. Ball went off the bat, into play. At least that runner moves from second now into third. Now the Cardinals just 1 out away from getting out of this with no damage. Amparo, he's currently 0 for 2. Looking for his first hit of the day. And he will not find it there as Long takes a couple steps and makes the play. Tough break there for the Knights as it started out sweet but ended bitter. And they are down 1 run as the Cardinals are looking for more offense as they start the 5th. Looks like Deuce Dalton will be taking over the pitching here for the Knights, making his 10th appearance on the season. Deuce has 6 starts, 5 wins to his name. He's gotten through 38 1/3 innings. He's given up 15 hits, 9 earned runs. His K per 9 is 5.6, and his ERA is 2.11. So going to a certified stopper. The Knights are trying to keep this game right where it is. Down right now, but by the smallest of margins, just 1. 6-5 the score on the big board. And it'll be 4, 5, and 6 for the Cardinals to start this fifth inning. A portion of the lineup that has not had a lot of success so far, has no hits for them. But Gradulus has come around to score one. So the Knights looking for a 0. Looking to turn the tide here in this one, change the momentum. They couldn't do it with the bats moments ago, but they could do it with an emphatic 0 here in the fifth. Think about momentum swinging plays in the game of baseball. It's almost always offense, and it's really almost always the home run ball, particularly in the late innings of a game. But a big play on defense could be a momentum swinger as well, and Smith was inches away from a big play. He needed that to hang up towards him just a little bit in foul territory. Had no chance at it as that one was into the tarp. Number 4 hitter, Sturgio, 0 for 2, but he gets to see one more. Catches the lucky break that time. And a little flare over the head of Ota for the single. A leadoff single for Sturgio. Deuce Dalton. Does he try and keep this ball low in the strike zone? Does he try and induce the ground ball? So it was interesting to see what the strategy is. What is the ground ball pitch for some of these guys? Or do they even look for that in a moment like this with only, or I should say, with no outs? You're always looking for a double play, but strikeout, just as sweet in a moment like this. He's one pitch away from that strikeout. And out with the ball not being put in play. Could be a big one here for the Knights. And they won't get it there as that one. Oh, and the third base coach not happy about that one. He swears that one was fair. The umpire swears otherwise. What we know for sure is the man at the plate's going to see one more, and Deuce Dalton is going to take a big sigh of relief. Man at first was coming around quickly. He was looking to put the wheels in motion. Two strikes to the gentleman at the plate, Deuce Dalton. Strikeout or ground out. And he won't get it on that one as he misses high and maybe just a bit outside. Moment continues to build. And more of the same. So that one falls off the plate because of the movement. Still the result the same. The moment continuing to get bigger. This one got a piece of it. First baseman wants it and has it. And out number 1 will bring a sigh of relief. Couldn't get the strikeout, but they did get the weak contact. And now, ground out could mean an inning-ending double play. Faulkner, 2 strikeouts to his name here so far. A good frame job from the catcher, but couldn't get the call from the man behind the plate. He won't be fooled that time. Nor that time. And it's a 2-0 hole for Dalton. Make it 3-0. Tough turnaround to start to Faulkner. Valdez is up after him. And take sign may have been on there as he looks at one for strike number 1, 3-1. And 3-2 as he just got a piece of it. Payoff pitch, moments away. Big moment. Takes a quick look over at the runner at first. Payoff pitch. Got him! Huge strikeout for out number 2. Big movement on that one. Everyone waiting for the call from the man behind the plate. And it is 3 strikeouts for Faulkner here today. And the third one brings the biggest sigh of relief so far in this inning from the Knights. 1 out away from getting a huge 0 and keeping this game right where it is. Valdez, a single in his last at-bat, and that one gets past the catcher. He takes second, and he's going to take a long look at third. But cooler heads will prevail. Valdez looking for some 2-out magic here for the Cardinals. He had a single in his first at-bat. Or excuse me, in his last at-bat. In his first at-bat, he went down on strikes. He's looking to avoid that here in at-bat number 3. Deuce Dalton came in to be the stopper here in this spot. Ball's put in play and up the middle. 1 run will score. Throw to second is not in time. And Valdez with back-to-back singles. This one scores a run. And the lead for the Cardinals gets a little bigger. That leadoff single does end up being costly. Sturgio comes around to score after 2 outs. So here's Santos, and he is gunned down at first. Out number 3 comes 1 batter later than they wanted it to, as the Cardinals do strike for 1 here. And their lead has increased to 2. Can the Knights find the magic they need as we're getting closer and closer to the late innings? They're going to talk strategy in front of the dugout before the bottom of the 5th. It is 4, 5, and 6 due up for them when we come back. Barone still doing the pitching here for the Cardinals, and through 4 innings, he has surrendered 8 hits and 5 runs. But his team is out in front. His offense has picked him up. Not the best outing from him, but like I said, his offense certainly has picked him up. And to his credit, he has gotten himself out of a few jams here. He does also have 2 strikeouts to his name here, though it's been a while since he's gotten any strikeouts. His 2 strikeouts came, or excuse me, he's got 4 strikeouts, I should say. It has still been a while since he's gotten any of those strikeouts. Those 4 strikeouts came in the first 2 innings. And there's a walk. And it is the first walk issued by him today. And does it end up being costly? The only other walk that we saw today ended up being costly, as Robinson, his starting counterpart on the other side for the Knights, issued a walk to a gentleman who eventually came around to score. The leadoff walk for Brewer. Is it more of the same? Robbie Smith swinging the bat now. He's swinging it confidently. He's got a single and a double already here today. And he's looking to be aggressive, understanding the moment. Down 2 runs, already in the 5th inning. We're going to be getting closer and closer to the end of this contest. Good job by the catcher to keep that ball in play. Brewer was looking to take second as that ball bounced off of his leg. The catcher, that is, but it bounced off of his leg and stayed in front of him. Made sure Brewer had to stay where he is. Smith put in play deep into center. And Brewer, no chance to tag. That's the first time Robbie Smith has made an out here today. I'm sure the no tag there from Brewer at first, more about the angle. If that ball's hit that deep into one of the corners, he's probably standing on first with an opportunity to tag up and get himself into scoring position. That ball hit into center. Much easier throw to second base from the center for the center fielder. Tough break that time for the Knights as he hit it hard and deep. Just not to the point of the outfield they wanted. Federico Urena reached on an error his last time up. It was a really productive error as it ended up bringing a run to the plate. Urena will touch the earth on that one. 1-1 will score. And it is another triple for the Knights here today. RBI triple from Federico Urena as he hits one deep down the line in right field. Scores 1 and immediately gets himself into scoring position as the Knights have a chance to tie with Zayas now at the plate. And he is swinging a stick with a lot of confidence right now. He's got 2 RBIs. If he could get a third here, it'd be the biggest of the game. one-run game. Tying run at third base. 1 out here on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon at the Castle. The battle of CCBCs living up to the hype. The Cardinals and the Knights in a showdown that turned into a throwdown. Now it's got the makings of an instant classic. Zayas off the glove, over his head, and everybody's safe. This game's tied. So Carroll brought home a run the last time he was in the batter's box. He brought home a run on a bunt that was a sacrifice for himself, but a productive one. Looking to be productive with that runner at first. Create some magic. Still with only 1 out in this inning. Carroll would love to hit something hard, but he really wants to avoid hitting the ball on the ground. He wants to avoid that inning-ending double play. The Knights got some confidence and some momentum on their side now with these 2 runs already scored in this inning. Trying to keep that momentum rolling on their side. Still no warm-up action in the bullpen for the Cardinals. And that one over the head, and this time, smartly, the man in the batter's box, quick to get his bat down. You could bet everyone in a blue jersey got a stern talking to about that after the debacle we saw earlier in the game. Carroll down the third base line, fair. Zayas got the send sign, throw to the plate is in time! What a relay! And this game is still tied. Oh my goodness. What a hit from Carroll, but what team defense from the Cardinals. Quickly getting the ball to the cutoff man who got the ball even quicker to the plate for out number 2. And now the warm-up action in the bullpen taking place. The action continuing to build. The tension continuing to build. Oh my, what a game. You saw those hands start to come forward. Cooler heads prevailed, but the strike still called. Caught the inside portion of the plate. Robinson was the starter, and he's still swinging the stick as he was doing the Ohtani impression earlier. Go-ahead run at second base. 2 outs. Again, hands start to pull forward, but this time he's saved by the man behind the plate on the ball. Just missed the outside portion of the plate this time, so he's mixed it up. He's come inside, he's gone outside. What does he have here? And that one came off the handle of the bat. I was wondering where it hit. It clearly hit somewhere. Hit off the handle of the bat for a foul. So he came back inside there. Does he go back outside again here? He does. And Robinson fights it off. So he has moved it inside, outside, back to back. Does he come with the strong stuff? Or does he try and catch him fishing? I think he wanted to catch him fishing there. Lost the grip on the breaker. We have got a battle right in front of us. Barone, maybe the last battle he has here today. It's certainly the biggest of the game, and it's going Knights as it touches the ground, and they are in front once again here today. What a battle for Robinson and his starting counterpart. They went nose to nose. The man swinging the stick wins that one. What a game. Robinson has 2 RBIs here today to go along with his 3 singles. So maybe not the best day for him throwing the ball, but man, he's certainly swinging the stick with a lot of confidence. And the Knights will swing it against the new pitcher, and we'll tell you all about him when we come back. Starts him off with a strike right to the second baseman for out number 3, and it is quick work for the reliever for the Cardinals. Number 29, Dylan Burnt, making his 10th appearance on the season, and he will look to pick up his teammates as it is a 2-run game now. The Knights score 3 and get back out in front. Can they hold on to it this time? Only time will tell. Deuce Dalton still doing the pitching here for the Knights. And his defense picking him up with a big out to start the 6th. Running out of real estate as the tarp was right there at his ankles. Smith stayed with it, secured the bag, made the catch. Top of the lineup now here for the Cardinals with 1 out. And Dalton starting with back-to-back strikes here. Dalton moves really quickly as he's now thrown 3 straight strikes to start the 6th. Right back up the middle, and Urena could not get to it. Dalton had to hop out of the way of it. That is now 2 hits for the leadoff man for the Cardinals here today. Had a double back in the 4th. Now here a single in the 6th. Apologize to all of you guys at home. I had my math wrong earlier. The Knights actually had struck for 4 earlier in the game when I thought they had only had 3. That's why earlier I thought they had only got up by 1 in the bottom of the 5th, but actually they got up by 2. Math, certainly never my strong suit. Luckily, the action on the field, exciting and nonstop. You at home, well, you knew what the score was the whole time. Snyder now swinging the stick for the Cardinals. This game continues to take twists and turns, continues to go in different directions. Neither team has really held on to the momentum or the lead for long, as we see the Cardinals quickly strike for 1, or maybe not, as Urena, what a throw! Oh, he made a liar out of me! My goodness! Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun! What a throw, what a play, what a game. Send that one to the boys in Bristol. We better see that one on the top 10 later today. None of the big boys are going to have one better than that, I guarantee you. Two, 3, 4 due up for the Knights in a big spot here in the 6th. We've gotten to those later innings. The Knights in front by 2, trying to build. 9-7 is our score on the big board. Though if you've been with us through most of the day, I certainly didn't know that for a while. If it wasn't already obvious, I didn't go to college. I'm out here having fun with the action just like all of you at home. Trying to count them up as these two teams stack them up. The runs coming fast and furious, and the action, oh my, almost just as fast. Certainly just as exciting. As Ota puts one in play, this will be a tough throw. And it was, but it was made to look easy. Ground out to start the sixth. Cardinals would love to trade zeros with the Knights here in the sixth. Keep their comeback hopes alive. They're down 2, but they've struck for 2 and more at points earlier in this game. And that one off the thigh meat, maybe even the backside, regardless. A hit by pitch. And a batter on for this Knights team, Brewer. Productive day for him. He's come around to score twice. He's looking to avoid the double play. Good job of keeping that ball in front of the plate. That had pass ball written all over it. Catcher was quick to get up out of his stance and keep it in his mitt. Make sure that runner stays right there at first. Now he's making the break towards second. Great throw, but the target, well, it doesn't move. Not in this sport. Had a good throw in terms of getting it down to the base. Threw on the wrong side of the base. And now he's standing at third. Knights one out here in the sixth. Runner at scoring position. Sacrifice fly very much in play for them. Could be very productive out. They'll take that. Brewer could not avoid laying off the high cheese that time. Brewer got the barrel on it, and he'll get to see one more as that one is up and over the dugout on that first base side. He's inching closer and closer. Big swing, big out for the Cardinals. The battle at the plate going the pitcher's way this time for the Cardinals. That is a change that is welcomed for them, I'm sure. Most of those battles have been going the Knights' way here today. If they're going to want to match the Knights with a zero, it's going to come with a tough battle with Robbie Smith stepping into the batter's box. Smith, 2 for 3 today. Double and a single, and he came around to score both times he got on base. And he's swinging that bat quickly through the strike zone. Good hack if he made contact. Mighty big if. A few more on everybody's mind as we see that pitch get away from him. Knights in the driver's seat, looking to avoid stranding a runner at third. Cardinals looking to keep this game manageable. Mighty big hole for the man on the hill right now. Smith looking for something he can drive. Happy to take first base. And with his speed, you can imagine he'll be put into play on the base paths sooner than later. And here comes a man who is, I'm sure, got a little bit of a pep in his step after that big throw to the plate. Federico Urena had a huge RBI triple his last time up. Could break this game wide open with another big piece of hitting right here with 2 outs in the 6th. 2 outs, 2 men on. The moment just got a little bigger. Hit and run. It's on, and it touches the grass. 1 run scores, and they'll settle for that for now. Urena continues to have himself a day. RBI single now for him. Man, that throw that he made to the plate moments ago, that's a good enough day at the office for most guys to want to write home about. He's had a few more plays as well in this one. Getting it done on both sides. Oh, they just make ball players in that household. Both Urena brothers have come up big for this Knights team at different spots this season. Here in the 6th, it's number 20's turn, the center fielder. Flashing the leather and the gun. Swinging the big stick in the bottom of the inning. Stealing the bases as well. Two runners in scoring position. And 2 runners in play. And it's over his head in left field. 2 runs will score. When it rains, it pours, and it has been pouring runs here today on both sides, but now a little bit more frequently for the Knights as they strike for 3 in the 6th. Those last 2, of course, coming with 2 outs. Zayas. He's working his way into a spot where he could be hitting for the cycle depending on how they rule that last one. Final out fair of the inning as Carroll hits it for the ground out. 12-7 is the score in this one, and we will be starting the 7th inning when we come back. Cardinals need some of that magic they had earlier. Are they going to find it? Or are the Knights going to close the door on them? Four, five, six due up for the Cardinals to start the 7th. We are now officially in the later innings. They are running out of time. What a catch by Smith on the hop. Knights continue to flash the leather. Picking up right where they left off in the top of the 6th. Ball hit hard into the outfield. But the gentleman in the blue jersey is right on top of it to make the play. Smith ranging in towards left center, catching it on the hop. Jump, skip, and a hop away for out number 1. And there is the second baseman cutting off the angle on the line out for out number 2. We got leather flashing all over the place. Remember earlier in the game we talked about defensive plays, building momentum. Now granted, the momentum was already rolling on the Knights side with a 2-run lead. But the Cardinals, they had a hit right back up the middle. They thought they were going to strike for 1 run and then gunned down at the plate, having to settle for none. Knights get a few more runs on the board, and now this thing is all Knights. The Cardinals are going to need a big run as they are down to their final 7 outs. One of those outs, of course, left for this inning. And they've got something to work with here. 2 outs in this inning and a runner at second base. And certainly they don't want to leave all of the work to the final 2 innings, so they'd love to strike for at least 1. And the Knights very much aware of that, and they want to talk strategy, figure out how they can make sure there's no 2-out magic in this inning. It was a double by Faulkner, and I'm sure that came with a huge sigh of relief afterwards as he was wearing the collar in a big way. And actually, now that we see the jersey, that hit did not come from Faulkner. It came from someone batting in the spot that he was batting in earlier. I'll tell you who that Cardinals player is in just one moment. That is Noah Milliam. Noah Milliam picking up his first extra base hit of the year right there. So congratulations to him on a big moment. Does it turn into a bigger moment as Valdez now looking to make it 3 straight singles? He is 2 for 3 so far with those 2 singles. And they'll make it 3 in a row. Oh, no, just foul. my oh my, doesn't get much closer than that. And the breaks of the game continue to go the Knights' way. That one was stroked into left field, cutting towards that foul line, so you knew it was going to be close, but my oh my, it doesn't get much closer than that. Knights looking to continue this battle with the man at the plate. Valdez continuing to look for the recipe for the two-out magic. It doesn't get much closer than that either. Much different play, but still as close as it gets. Still, the battle continues. The moment getting bigger. And it's going to get a little bit bigger as now it's a walk with 2 outs. And the Knights talked strategy a moment ago, and certainly that wasn't the results they were looking for. Now some warm-up action taking place in the bullpen as we see the left-handed hitter step into the batter's box. Santos reached on an error and was walked, but outside of that he's got no hits, but he has come around to score 2 runs. He is swinging the bat in a big spot. Cardinals trying to strike for 1 here. And they will strike for 1, or not, as they remember what happened moments ago, and they do not test the gun of Urena. They'll have to stack another one on top of that hit. And that right there is a great example of what flash in the leather can create. That looked like a sure opportunity for the Cardinals to get at least 1, but they didn't even want to test it, even with 2 outs. Instead, they will look to string another one together. This is the struggle of lacking that power game. You've got to stack hits on top of each other. You've got to stack these opportunities on top of each other. And it just gets tougher and tougher as the game reaches the later innings. And it becomes that much tougher when you're down by the margin the Cardinals are down. The Cardinals, well, they're not even, a grand slam away from tying this game up. Now, a grand slam certainly changed the game, but the Knights are slam-proof, as coaches would say. I'll knock on wood for all you Knights fans out there on the edge of your seats. Understanding the moment, continuing to build in this battle of the CCBCs. Cardinals bench is up, understanding the moment. To Stalton trying to find the strike zone. The last 3 hitters have reached base safely. Got him looking! A huge strikeout to close out the inning. And they wanted it all, but they'll have to settle for none. Once again, the Knights, a huge 0 in the face of disaster. Joel Tapiamello doing the pitching now here for the Cardinals. Second reliever to check into the game for them. Trying to keep this game right where it is. They have come awfully close to scratching away at this Knights lead, but close is not what they're looking for here right now. As the Knights, speaking of close, they came awfully close to starting the bottom of the 7th off with a hit, but close, not what they're looking for there either. Cardinals stranded 3 runs in the top of the 7th. And then, of course, that huge showdown at the plate to end the top of the 6th. Defense and pitching coming up huge for the Knights in these later innings. Top of the lineup trying to come up big, create some more offense. Leave no doubt in anybody's mind, as it's still not a save situation right now, but the way the Cardinals are hanging around, certainly everybody feeling like anything's possible. Couple of steps for the center fielder Long, but an easy out. And the Cardinals flirting with a 1-2-3 that could come right when the doctor ordered it. Here is the number 2 hitter, Ota, who is looking for his first hit since back in the first inning. He got the game's first hit, and he has been held in check since then. Now, granted, part of that was them hitting him. He got a hit by pitch. And then a little shacked in a full moment as he forgot to get his bat down on one that was over in his ear hole. The twists and turns of this game. Man, if you have been with us from the start, you have witnessed a good one. A real battle. These two teams trading runs, trading extended runs, I should say. Knights started with 2 runs. Cardinals came right back and answered. Knights put a few more on the board. Cardinals put a few more on the board. Knights offense held in check that time. Can the Cardinals offense come alive and create some drama in the 8th? They've got a chance, but they're running out of time. Deuce Dalton still doing the pitching here for the Knights. He got 2 quick outs to start the 7th, and then a double and a single sandwiched there with a walk in between, and then a strikeout to leave the bases loaded. It was some drama in the top of the 7th, but no runs, as the Cardinals have come close, but they have been held in check over the last few. And that one just foul as it was hit down the line and just over the glove of Ota. So 3 runners stranded in that 7th. Great job of getting in and out of the jam. Of course, you'd love to avoid the in part, but if you get in and get out, it's a good day at the office. It's currently a good day at the office for Deuce Dalton. He was charged with keeping this game manageable for his teammates, and he has done just that. He gave his teammates a chance to break this game open, and they did just that. And now the Cardinals are down to their last 5 outs, as that is now 1 away in the 8th. It's the top of the lineup here in the 8th for this Cardinals team. So it's Sankovic and Snyder now, with Sturgio waiting for somebody to potentially get on. And the good pop on the mitt to start this battle with the left-handed hitter. Down the line, off the glove, but in foul territory. And it's a quick 0-2 hole. There was 2 strikes, and now there are 2 outs. Pretty weak contact on those 2 outs as well. The fly out was not deep into right field, and that pop out, well, it never even got into the outfield. Cardinals down to their last 4 outs here. And remember, the Cardinals came into this one losing their last 5 games in a row, trying to avoid a major losing streak in the later portions of the season. This is a tough part of the season for them. A tough part of the season. And the Knights looking to inch closer and closer to 500, looking to really assert themselves as playing their best ball, really when it matters most. They came into this one 6-7 on the conference, 12-17 overall. Dalton now has to put that walk behind him. Cardinals want to strike for at least 1, of course. Trying to avoid leaving it all to the 9th. Sturgio will be swinging the bat. Came into this one hitting over 400. Certainly still the case, as he got a single earlier here today. And he finds himself in an 0-2 hole. It is another Cardinals hitter in an 0-2 hole. Dalton, quick pitch. Sturgio not going to be fooled. Runner moves over to second. He can score a few more ways now. And he may be able to score on that one as it touches. Smith is quick on the ball and even quicker to get it into play. And they're at the corners, as that is a second single today for Sturgio. But it's also a 3rd straight inning where the Cardinals are having to piece together hits, string them together. Nothing is coming easy here for them. We've got warm-up action in the bullpen, and we may see him. We're not going to see him right now, but the leash, I'm sure, has gotten a little bit shorter here for Deuce Dalton. Now this is 3 straight innings with the Cardinals flirting with runs. Man, how big are these innings getting for the Knights in the later stages, and how big are those mistakes that we've seen from the Cardinals stranding these runners on the bases? This game could look a lot different if it wasn't for just a few moments. This game has really come down to just a handful of moments that have gone the Knights' way. That big throw from Urena at center field. Dalton regroups and gets the out at first. Right back to the pitcher, but hit hard and off the glove. Deuce Dalton keeps his cool and gets the out. It's another 0 on the board for him. The moments in this game continue to go the Knights. Three, 4, 5 due up for the Knights in the bottom of the 8th. This bottom of the 8th inning could be a real opportunity for the Knights to close the door on any chance of a comeback for the Cardinals, as it's already not a save situation with the Knights up by 5. The way that the Cardinals have been getting runners on, anything's certainly possible, but big inning here for the Knights, you'd think would really shut the door. And a good part of the lineup to have up. Amparo, Brewer, and Smith. Everybody here has been productive, coming around to score. Everybody but Amparo has come around to score a few times. Six runs scored in this game between these 3 gentlemen. Very productive part of the lineup. Amparo, did he get caught? He did. Got held, caught, let me say that one more time. Got held, holding the sword that time. And strike 3, looking as he was mighty confused all the way around. Holding the sword on the high cheese and then looking at strike 3 for out number 1 here in the 8th. What a start to this inning. We got fastballs, word twisters. I think the actual correct term is tongue twisters. I'm all over the place here today. The action on the field, so good. It's got me coming out of my seat and out of my brain. We have seen some plays for the highlight reel. Some really beautiful pitching as well. I know the scoreboard may not reflect that, as no one out there, maybe other than Deuce Dalton, has had a day pitching that they really want to write home to mom and dad about, but we've seen some good balls coming out of these pitchers' hands. Some really good defensive plays on both sides. And some big swings as well. There was a big swing for strikeout number 2 in the 8th. And a 1-2-3 for the Cardinals here in the 8th would make it 2 straight 1-2-3s, and it would really keep their comeback hopes all the way alive, and maybe even steal a little bit of momentum on their side. But with the Knights in front like they are, maybe they can afford to lose a little momentum. Smith trying to avoid making it 3 straight strikeouts for the Knights in this inning. And he will do that, but he will not get on safely, as it is a 1-2-3 for the Knights. And the Cardinals, well, you're saying there's a chance. Well, yeah, I am. But it's slim and none, as they're down by 5 with 3 outs to go. Six, 7, 8, holding the keys to hope for the Cardinals. Down 5 and down to their final 3 outs. Cardinals in need of some 9th inning magic. And the 0-2 start to this at-bat certainly will make it difficult. Every out counts throughout the entire game, but when you're down to your last 3, they all count that much more. And oh my, holding the sword on the big K to start the 9th. Deuce Dalton pitching with a lot of confidence. He came in and was asked to keep this game right where it was, and he has done exactly that. Just a couple of outs away from securing the victory for his team. And his catcher behind the plate was just a centimeter away from securing the out. Tips off the front of his catcher's mitt and gives Valdez a chance to see another one. Held as 2 singles and a walk to go along with a strikeout. He's looking to be the one to give hope to these Cardinals fans. Cardinals came into this one trying to get off their losing streak, and now they are 1 out away from losing their 6th straight. Back-to-back strikeouts here in the 9th for Deuce Dalton. He's 1 out away from slamming the door on the Cardinals. Got him looking for strike number 1. Santos into the batter's box. And now it's 1-1 as that one buckles the knees. And you saw the hand start to come forward, but fell off the dinner plate. Wide and outside, 2-1 now. Urena trying to secure it. There it is. The 3rd out and the victory for the Knights. Final score in this one, 12-7. What a huge win to start this week for the Knights. And they are going to look to make it a successful week as they are back in action live here at the Castle this upcoming Thursday. Once again, on Thursday, you can catch this Knights team live here at the Castle for a doubleheader. If you can't join us live here at the Castle, well, you can always join us on YouTube, your home for all the Knights home games, both on the diamond, on the turf, and inside on the hardwood. Knights get the victory to start the week. Can they get a couple more victories on Thursday? You're going to have to join us live here at the Castle for that one to find out. Aaron Thomas for the final time today saying good afternoon, good evening, and good night, and thanks for joining us.